Welcome all you future educators, current educators, and lifelong learners to another video where we take technology, teaching strategies, and emerging trends to create engaging educational experiences. In this video, Marcus has decided that he wants to add a video to his course. His students are constantly talking about videos they saw on TikTok and YouTube, so adding a video element to the class will hopefully make them feel more engaged and interested in the material. He's found some items on YouTube that he thought might work, but he's leaning more towards making a custom video to really hit home the points he wants to make. The problem is, although he knows how to make a video, he doesn't know where to start with putting it into the class. Making a full-length video to cover the time frame of a class session seems like it would take a really long time, and he isn't sure if he's going to be able to keep up the pace of making similar videos in the future. Fortunately, we've got some experience with this too, so let's see some tips on how to make this just a little bit more manageable. Where to begin with adding videos to courses and trainings? Well, let's start with tip 1, making a decision about the length of a video. The average runtime of a YouTube video is about 11 minutes, with an 8 to 15 minute video doing fairly well. However, the average view time of a video is about 60%. Thus, rather than watching the full 8 to 15 minutes, most people are watching only about 5 to 10 minutes of the videos. Now granted, this takes in all kinds of videos from entertainment to education, and those different types will have an impact on how much is watched. What it does tell us though is that attention spans will be usually about 5 to 15 minutes, and you need to have something really interesting to hold them around 3 to 7 minutes into the video, or they may bail, mentally if not physically logging off. So that hour-long talk of yourself going over some content, probably not the best way to go. First, the production time would be huge, and second, the students are going to struggle through watching it. So if you have larger chunks of content that you want to use videos for, let's think about how we can break that video into smaller segments to fit within our 5 to 10 minute guideline. This gives the students a break to recharge between videos, and additionally, it allows some instructional design principles to take over because it lets us give small activities at those breaking points to reinforce the concepts they learned in that chunk. That helps them keep their brain consistently on the content rather than just taking a major quiz or something at the end of a 90-minute talk. Another reason to think of making micro videos to replace your larger concept ones is that it will make it easier to update and replace pieces in the future. If something in the world changes which impacts your content, you only have to update a 10-minute video now, not an hour-long one. With how long post-production can take sometimes, that's going to save you a lot of time and effort in the long run. So hopefully we're convinced that shorter videos will work better than longer videos. But what type of videos can I make? Well, as Marcus was thinking, you can definitely start with some of the content-related videos. Think of how to describe your main points and concepts and start mapping it out for a video. Now remember to chunk your content together appropriately so that you can make it into shorter videos that make sense if they're played one after the other. But outside of just course and lesson concepts, you can also use videos to do a lot of things, each of them having their own impact on learners and their own production times and processes. So for example, you could make an intro video that basically gets learners excited about what's to come. Think of it as like a movie trailer for your lesson. Now these types of videos are supposed to have students excited, so you're probably going to have to keep it shorter, but you also have to have an increased post-production time. You could also have a wrap-up video reinforcing the main points. This again would be a shorter video, and since it's on the exit side of the lesson, it is less important to maintain that excitement level. After all, the lesson's basically over. This means that post-production time will be less. You may also want to give some video feedback about grades or questions that your learners have asked. These would more than likely be more off-the-cuff type videos of yourself and take little or no post-production side on the back end. You can also set up scenarios, you can explain major projects, or even give testimonials, and these are all good uses of videos in your course. Now the trick is balancing out your production time with your expertise and picking out the areas that you think the videos would have the most impact. So the third tip to think about is using some theories related to multimedia development in your videos. Although a lot of those theories revolve around entertainment and marketing, they still give us valuable insights into how to keep our learners engaged with our content. For example, Placing a hook immediately in the video to keep viewers interested will also work with our students, keeping them interested in our content. We'll cover some of these theories in other videos, and there are tons of books out there on them, but don't discount the knowledge gained in the entertainment and business world on using videos just because they aren't educational theories. Lastly, now that we have some ideas of how long to make the videos, where we'll put them, and some tips on how to build them, where do I begin making them in my actual course or lessons? That goes to tip 4, which is a two-parter. First, we recommend building your videos from the back end of the class to the forward, to the latest material to the earliest material. This is especially if you know you're going to be under time constraints. Second, remember that creating these videos is a long-term process that will take revisions, additions, and updates in the future. This is definitely a Rome wasn't built in a day type scenario. So you build from the back to the front due to expectations. If you build an awesome video in week 1 and everyone's excited about it, when there are no videos for week 2 because you just didn't have the time to complete them, students are going to be like, what in the world? However, if you set reading and normal activities as a standard class, and then the last 3 weeks you add in your awesome videos, they leave on a high note thinking, man, that was pretty sweet. That's why building from the end to earlier usually helps out, because it takes the pressure off of you when time crunches pop up. The expectations were set early and you have superseded them by putting the videos in later. As for a long-term process, you'll always want to update and build, especially as your skills continue to grow. Try not to stress yourself out with, I have to build 50 videos tomorrow or something like that. Remember that each video just enhances something that is there, but the base content and the way you have been teaching it, they're also still there. So it usually isn't like they're going to miss the content if you don't make a video. It's just the next time that comes around, it'll be a little bit better because you have the video. So take your time implementing videos and don't burn yourself out. So Marcus, now that you got a few tips under your belt, you should be able to plan out and start producing that first video. Keep at it, and soon those students will be talking about your videos just as much as those on TikTok. As Marcus ramps up to build these videos, do you guys have any other tips for him about where to get started? Sometimes thinking of what and where to build is almost harder than how to build it. So we'd love to hear any other ideas that you guys have on making that part easier. Let us know in the comments below on your thoughts to these questions, and also if you would like content like this where we are talking about ways to enhance your classes using technology and teaching strategies, be sure to hit that subscribe button, as we are always trying to get new content out to help you guys make those educational experiences just a little bit better. In the meantime, good luck, keep building, and we look forward to seeing what you guys create.